injured
No, what did you say?
I'm still injured, but hey, the transfer has been come through, so I have to come back like better this morning. Good morning to you.
Okay, so while we look at stories making rounds the world of sports, from tennis to NBA and talk boxing this morning. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/solutions939fm, facebook.com/solutions939fm. Friendly games are decided in the wee hours of today, same as last night. And guess what? I don't know when Super Eagles of Nigeria will beat Brazil, but Senegal did something for Africa. And Africans yesterday beating Brazil in a friendly game. We look at that also this morning. Same as the transfer stories. Well, who's going to Saudi Arabia, or who has been confirmed as a player in the Saudi League? We talk about that also this morning. Oh, Ngolo Kante Pananana. We're live on YouTube, Solutions 939 FM, Facebook, Solutions 939 FM.
Tennis this morning. The first Carlo Alcaraz insisted that he can challenge on the grass this summer, despite needing a third set tiebreak to beat French journeyman Arthur Rinderknech at the Cage Championships. The 20-year-old top speed and world number 2 was playing on only the 7th match on the surface and the first outside of Wimbledon at Queen's Club. Lucky loser Rinderknech only found that he was playing the Spaniard shortly before midday after falling Frenchman Arthur Fuse. Alcaraz's scheduled opponent withdrew from the tournament, so I guess he wasn't prepared for that game.
Well, it happens. Remember, it was same yesterday that we got updates about. Okay, it was yesterday Nick Kyrgios pulling out of tournament, and the man who was meant to play Nick Kyrgios had to find out that he will be facing another opponent. But I mean, it is what it is. As a professional, whatever or anything that happens, any opponent you face, just be ready to play them. But remember, you need to have the tactics. But let's talk about former world number 1 Andy Murray, who suffered major blow to his Wimbledon hopes after failing to falling to a first-round defeat at the Center Championship. The 5-time Queen's Club winner paid for an error-stern table performance as he slipped to a 6-3, 6-1 loss against Alex de Minaur. Who wrote this story? I mean, are you slipping to 6-3, 6-1? You lost. I mean, 6-3, 6-1. It was 6-5. You understand? 6-4, yeah. But Murray had won 10 matches in a row in claiming back-to-back grass court titles in Surbiton and Nottingham. But now let's look at games going down today, and let's start with Halle Open this morning.
Okay, Brandon Nakashima is up against Roberto Bautista Agut. We have another one, Roman Safin taking on Jan-Lennard Struff. In the ATP 500 Halle Open, also Laslo Djere will be up against Daniil Medvedev, and there are doubles going down as well. But by 2 o'clock today, Nicolas Jarre will be taking on Stefano Tsitsipas, and another one, Alexander Zverev, will be up against Danny Shapovalov today. That's by 4:30 today.
Okay, now moving away this morning, let's go straight to London. Talking tennis at the ATP 500. Lorenzo Musetti will be against Ben Shelton, and Jordan Thompson against Cameron Norrie. While Ryan Penstein will be up against Ogonoskov Rune, while Francis Tiafoe by 4:30 today will take a Sebastian Korda. In Germany, WTA, some games will continue today, where Victoria Azarenka will continue with Alexandra Sasnovich, and Nadia Podoroska will take on Rebecca Masarova. But looking at other games scheduled for today in Germany.
Okay, Alice Cornet will be up against Maria Sakkari by 10 o'clock today, and then Jimmy Frolis will take on Caroline Gracia. Another one, Alina Azvanyan will be up against Anna Linkova, while we up another one, Jona Vecek, we're up against Elina Rybakina just today. The other games today scheduled are doubles.
Okay, now lastly in the world of tennis at the Birmingham Classics, WTA 250, Emina Beckstars will take on Zhang Zhiguang against Rebecca Marino. Remember, all this game starts at 11 o'clock, and by 12:30, Teresa Martinkova will take on Victoria Tomova as Bernardo Pera will go up against Linda Frohintova. Ling Zhu against Mangal Niet in the last game of the day by 3:30. We'll see Alina Kaolina take on Arya Dart. But hey, now moving away from tennis this morning, let us talk NBA, where we talk about transfers, money coming in.
All right, I want the money to come into my account, but we have a story from Toronto Raptors guard Gary Trent Jr., who has picked up a $18.5 million player option for next season. Trent is 24 and is coming off another strong season after averaging 17.4 points and 1.6 steals per game.
All right, now going straight to Washington Wizards. Forward Kei Zuma has declined his $13 million player option and will become a free agent. Well, Kazuma is expected to be one of the most prominent players to hit free agency this summer after averaging a career high 21.2 points to go with 7.2 rebounds. He told journalists in April that he'd consider returning to Washington, his home, since the 2021-2022 season after spending 4 seasons and winning a title with the LA Lakers. Let's talk boxing. Anthony Joshua is having a likely opponent.
Okay, the opponent is Jarrell Mueller, and is set to be offered as replacement opponent for Anthony Joshua after Dillian White rematch broke down. The American heavyweight tested positive for banned substances in 2019, which ended up planned for a New York fight. But Mueller's promoter, Dmitry Salita, has confirmed that he's going to put forward Mueller again as a potential fight for Anthony Joshua. This is going to be a very easy one for Anthony Joshua.
Well, if you're saying that, remember, for Anthony Joshua, he just returned from a win. But hey, well, Joshua is also expected to return to the ring at the O2 Arena on August 12th. But if all these bouts are being piled up, maybe we want to see an Anthony Joshua who needs to bounce back from a back-to-back defeat he had against Usyk's, bout. But it is what it is. Remember, if you are facing any Ukrainian right now, you have to think twice. These people are not they are not happy. You have someone who is coming from the war front, coming to the boxing ring.
Who's battered. Come on, doing unleash.
Unleash. You want to unleash the dragon.
Unleash the dragon.
Okay. Oh well, maybe on a throwback Thursday we'll do something from Cisco. Cisco sang Unleash the Dragon. Okay. All right, now let's move away from that this morning and let's talk football. Remember, the Nigeria Football Federation FA Cup final is going down today, and who goes home with the trophy in Delta State? Do not go anywhere. Kiko Sports Show is still live. We're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM, facebook.com/Solutions939FM. Remember, YouTube channel, Solutions939FM. Click like, share, and follow.
Keep it 93.9.
Welcome back, still Kiko Sports Show on your Remedy Radio Down Solutions 939 FM. Remember, Favor Loritola is here back from the transfer market and injury sideline. Young Striker 9 has been on his toes, right? Okay, it is the first half of AM Update, which is Kiko Sports Show. Now let's go straight to the second half of the first half of the show. Let's talk football here. Well, the grand finale of this year's NFL Federations Cup men and women's competition will take place at the Stephen Keshi Stadium at about today, and the Delta State capital is ready to tend to hooks for the two big encounters. The last time they were here for the Federation finale, Rivers Angels emerged victorious. That was in 2018. The girls from Port Harcourt are riding on the confidence from the history and are walking a few inches taller on the Asaba roads. Their opponents are Bielsa Queens, who also have history and confidence of their own. The last time they were at the Federations Cup grand finale was Bielsa Queens defeated FC Robo of Lagos at the Samuel Gbemudia Stadium, Benin City, to emerge champions. Well, in fact, that day belonged to Bielsa State. Bielsa United triumphed in the men's final against Nasarawa United, winning 4-3 on penalties after the game was locked So 2-2 at the end of the regulation time, and that was in 2021. Remember, Bendel Insurance will also be in action today against Rangers International in the final of the men's that's the Federations Cup final. But hey, the question here is, remember, Bendel Insurance did not finish well in the Super 6. Remember?
Where did you finish well?
They started well. What did you say?
They started well.
Favor.
Yes.
You like pampering people, Sha.
They started.
But you don't know how to pamper Chelsea fans. No, I don't understand. Why you? They started well. They started well after drawing a series of games. You shall Favor. All right, so we'll move away from Nigeria this morning and let's go straight to talk friendly game this morning.
Okay, we've been talking about the hat-trick of Saka, my baby, but Sadio Mane had a brace to help Senegal fight back and shock Brazil 4-2 in the friendly in Lisbon on Tuesday. The 5-time world champions' third loss in their last 4 matches. It was the first time Brazil had lost by 2 goals since they were beaten 2-0 by Chile in 2015. While they had not conceded 4 or more in the match since they were humiliated 7-1 by Germany in the 2014 World Cup semi-finals.
Okay, well, shout out to Adebojo Yusuf Oladimeji, shout out to Olaleko Oderino Omode. Okay, well, remember, guys, you can watch us live on Facebook, facebook.com/solutions939FM. Let's also quickly take you back to some games that went down yesterday, friendly games. Remember, matches are also going down today. Well, on the continent, remember, Africa Cup of Nations qualifier games were decided yesterday, where Burundi defeated Namibia 3-2, and Ethiopia and Malawi played out goalless, and Mauritania went to Sudan, defeated Sudan 3-0. All right, now let's also let you know that some European Euro 2024 qualifier games were also decided yesterday. Well, let's go on a break, and when we return, we'll tell you more. Do not go anywhere. Kiko Sports Show is still live.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data plus jollificate 15% bonus when you recharge, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash. As long as you get Momo account, no cash, no wahala. And e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account o. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account or inside your Momo account to fiam, make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo. You go jollificate 15% bonus anytime you recharge with Momo.
I beg you, make una come see sweet and chingo wey Sumafu carry enter market. This one you no go feel say no. Come make you for see ogbonge yellow biscuit where you for enjoy every bite. If na sweet you dey find, Vitamix, Coffee Bite, Candy Crush nko, abi na biscuit you dey find like crackers, Big Crunchy, Low Pack, Fiber Active, Cabin Lucky. Ah, you never finish oh, abi you dey find chewing gum, World Cup nko, Robert chewing gum, Zoom, Hoku, no go carry so make you go forget yellow bread wey no get rival. Suma Foods na love at first bite.
Hello, sir. Do you mind if I interview you quickly?
No. I don't get time.
Just a quick one, sir. If you get 1 million naira right now, what would you?
You say? First of all, hey, I go change this my phone. After that, I will go buy correct bars. You understand? Then I'll go whack well. Come block my landlord, may not see my status. God declare for the boys there. Levels all laugh with that.
Take off on a millionaire level and do as you like with the FCMB Millionaire Promo Season 9 by increasing your savings account balance by 10,000 naira and keeping it for 30 days in your FCMB account. And if you are a new customer, deposit 10,000 naira into your account and keep it for 30 days. And you could be one of the winners of ₦1 million and other amazing cash rewards. Approved by NLRC and FCCPC. FCMB, My Bank and I.
Your comfort is important. If you're looking for quality, classy, comfortable, and imported furniture, Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise is a place for you. At Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, we've got a wide range of top-notch imported furniture for you at affordable prices. Name it: sofas, royal marble dining set, executive furnitures of all kinds, banquet furniture, bed and dressing mirror, kitchen cabinet, and lots more. Our intention is to make you feel comfortable always by providing quality furniture, whether at home, office, hotel, lounge and bar, and so on. Hurry now. Contact us today at Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, shop number AA 80-20, Railway Shopping Complex, Aleshiloye Market, and shop 8A-11, Railway Shopping Line, by Alalubosa Junction, Iyaganku Railway Crossing, Ibadan. Call 0802-303-0550 or 0706-225-2649. Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, home of quality furniture made for you.
Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's still Kiko Sports Show. Favor back from injury, like Young Striker would say. And I'm still here with Young Striker 9. We're still talking football this morning. Let's start with the second half with Steve Clarke admitting Scotland's 2024 Euro qualifier against Georgia should have been stopped before Callum McGregor scored the opening goal in the rain-interrupted 2-0 win in Amden. I mean, we all know that players actually train for this kind of weather. Why would it be stopped?
Well, if they are trained for that weather, what if that did not also happen? Maybe they did not train. With that kind of the weather that happened, what happened at the pitch yesterday. But it is just what it is. There are times that you expect to play under cool weather, and at the end of the day, it will be sunny, everywhere hot. And the reason they always change time for matches, but like you said, players should have been used to this. But that shouldn't have been an excuse from the manager. But it is what it is. But let's just move on this morning and let's talk about Gary Southgate here.
Well, Gary Southgate has indicated an ongoing lack of game time in Manchester United could impact Harry Maguire's international role as the England boss braces for summer movement in his squad. Monday 7 Old Trafford annihilation of North Macedonia made it 4 wins from as many Group C games, meaning it's a case of when rather than if their place at the Euro 2024 is secured.
Well, if you're talking about Gary Southgate, he has not covered himself in glory, most especially with Manchester United. And a lot of people feel like, okay, maybe Harry Maguire should just look for another club. And at the point in time, I think some weeks ago, we got the update that they were begging Harry Maguire to go, even to give him money, to leave the club. But I feel Harry Maguire needs to leave, get a place where he can get enough playing time. It is not compulsory you go outside England, and if you want to go outside England, maybe go to Italian Serie A where where they play physical football. You could see Tammy Abraham, Chris Smalling enjoying themselves in Roma.
What is Harry Maguire scared of actually? I have no idea. If you're being begged to move and you still insist on staying on a club where you're not getting playtime, what are you scared of?
No, sometimes some people are just when they are in their comfort zone, yes. And being an English boy, remember the amount he moved with from Leicester City to Manchester United. So these are part of the things that most of these players look at. And you look at the quota right there in England. If you're an English boy, you look at the amount that will be placed on you. Look at the likes of Jack Grealish. You look at the likes of Marcus Rashford. Look at some key players in England and Declan Rice as well. Look at the money. There was it £60 million or £90 million? I think £60 million.
Almost 100.
That Arsenal brought out yesterday, and the money was returned. So these are the things that most of these English players are also looking after when they stay back in England. It's easier for them to move to bigger clubs, not minding how their form is. But let's look at other results of games played on the European continent yesterday before talking about friendly games for the qualifiers of the 2024 Euros. Well, in Group A, Norway defeated Cyprus 3-1. Scotland edged Georgia 2-0. In Group E, Faroe Island lost 1-3 against Albania, while Moldova defeated Poland 3-2. In Group F, Austria edged Sweden 2-0 as Estonia lost 0-3 against Belgium. In Group G, Bulgaria and Serbia played out a 1-0 draw, while Hungary defeated Lithuania 2-0. In Group J, Bosnia-Herzegovina lost 0-2 against Luxembourg as Iceland played out 0-1 against Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo getting that lit goal. Liechtenstein lost 0-1 against Slovakia. Those are the results of games decided that were decided at the Euro 2024 on Tuesday. But can we also let you know what may also be going down? Because, I mean, remember in Belgium national team, well, it wasn't really a good news, most especially the internal crisis in the team. And, about the goalkeeper who left the squad. And, well, at the end of the day, came out to say that it was due to injury. And the coach came out to say maybe he left because he wasn't handed the captain band. I mean, talking about Thibaut Courtois. And, well, it is what it is, right? But let's look at friendly games. I don't know what is happening to Germany. Okay, now, £120 million valuation for Declan Rice. Yeah, I mean, he deserves it. Has paid his dues for West Ham United. But now let's go back to the friendly games before talking transfer stories this morning.
All right, it was a very good one for Senegal, who defeated Brazil 4-2. Tunisia and Algeria played out a 1-0 draw. Colombia defeated Germany. Very poor form of Germany, 2-0. Czech Republic 4-1 against Montenegro. That was good. Uzbekistan lost to Iran 0-1. Haiti, and Trinidad and Tobago played out a goalless draw. Oman and Kyrgyzstan actually played out 1-0. That was Oman defeating Kyrgyzstan. And Papua New Guinea.
Bella. Oh. Where are you? It's okay. 10-0.
Okay,
let's
10-0.
spell Papua New Guinea. Let's spell Papua New Guinea.
Papuanewu, which means one.
So they spelled Papua New Guinea
to make it complete.
Maybe when they face each other again, they spell the remaining.
Yeah. 3.
But look at all the results of games. Vietnam defeated Syria 2-1. Palestine lost 0-2 against China. South Korea and El Salvador played out 1-0 draw. And Japan
couldn't.
They did Peru.
They did Peru. They did them shoot Peru.
Okay, so let's go straight and talk transfer stories on the show this morning. Okay, let's talk transfer stories where the money is at right now. That's in the Saudi Pro League. And guess what? French midfielder N'Golo Kante has left Chelsea to join Saudi Pro League champions Al Ittihad. Well, Kante was on the brink of signing a new deal with the Blues last season, but the World Cup winner has now decided to follow Karim Benzema and moving to the Jeddah-based outfit.
What's so special about Saudi Arabia? That
Cristiano Ronaldo makes it special.
Like, oh my God!
Yes.
No one knew about the Saudi Arabia Pro, whatever it is.
No. Not only Cristiano Ronaldo. Odiani Gallo.
It's like a major turnaround since the crisis with Cristiano Ronaldo and Manchester United, and every player is going towards that, that side. Is it the money? Because I don't understand.
Also, some players just want to have their space. I mean, N'Golo Kante has nothing to fight for anymore.
Oh, God.
He has won titles with Chelsea. He's moving from Leicester City. Won with the French national team. So what else? Just go enjoy yourself enjoy your retirement. Like they always tell security forces, young man, enjoy your retirement. Right? Okay, let's go straight. Well, as players are moving to the Saudi Pro League, one man has decided to stay back in England.
And that's no other person than Yusun Min, who has announced his intention to stay at Tottenham despite receiving a lucrative offer to join Saudi Pro League club Al Ittihad. He was offered about £30 million.
Yes, on Monday, the 30-year-old had become the latest high-profile player to be targeted by the Saudi club, with Al Ittihad offering the forward a 4-year deal worth 30 million euros. Okay, now let's talk Leicester City this morning.
Okay, Leicester won a fee in excess of £50 million for James Maddison amid strong interest from Newcastle and Nottingham in England International.
Because if it's not making money, it's not making sense, right?
At all.
All right, we have more transfer stories this morning, most especially coming from players in England. Well, remember, Jude Bellingham, a lot of people feel like, okay, we should be having more players come from outside England, to England. But just some key players, dictating the movement. Karim Benzema moving to Saudi Pro League. N'Golo Kante to the Saudi Pro League. That means more players will be making different moves. If you feel like you look at your age and you look at injury setting in, I mean, don't let us forget that N'Golo Kante did not enjoy the latter part of his career with Chelsea. Injury setting in and out and placing him on the sideline. So maybe the competitiveness right there in England is also another thing. But look at former Manchester United loanee, that is Odion Ighalo. He's enjoying himself. He has enjoyed. I mean, Vincent Abubakar was also in Saudi Pro League, and well, he enjoyed. He got the money. But let's talk about Chelsea here, where Chelsea forward Hakim Ziyech is on the verge of joining Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League. That's according to Fabrizio Romano.
Oh my God. What's going on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I wasn't going to start you.
Okay. All right, guys, I have to finish the show. So, well, remember, Kiko Sports Show will be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. But remember, the AM Update show still continues as we move to the other side of the show this morning, where we look at updates from the pages of Nigerian newspapers, same as burning issue. One man is saying, now, I feel like roaring like a lion. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. The new IGP. I know.
But we don't know where it's taking us to this morning. But hey, remember, dreams do come true. As wherever situation you find yourself, wherever you're going, remember you've got a dream to chase. My name is Oladapo Konobi, aka Youngster 9.
Well, I'm not going to Saudi Pro League. I'm still here in the studio. Stay tuned for AM Update.
You sabi book that. Me I dey sing and I sabi write rhymes. Different dreams and different lives. Oh, and you sabi cook that. You're my line, where do I go miss and die? Boy, you deserve a better life. Ooh, feel so incomplete as you dey pack your bag to leave, and I dey look you through my window. Ooh. But you have to chase your dreams. You got a plane to catch by 6. The middle of the phone if you don't reach Greece. Anytime you miss me, make you go. Oh, my lie. If you give me this, I could go. Oh, my lie. Anytime you miss me, make you go. Oh, my lie. Yeah. 5 years and the Afri don't pass. You know call and you know flashback. I follow you, but you know follow back. You finish school, you finish university. Me, I dey sing, I dey follow my destiny. And my team, them are bringing the best in me. Oh, I dey shut down shows, you dey back degrees. You don't turn doctor, you cure the sick. While I dey sing song, we uplift the weak. Different lives and different dreams. And I feel so incomplete as you dey pack your bag to leave, and I dey look you through my window. But you have to to chase your dreams, you got a plane to catch by 6. Pay me on the phone if you don't reach Greece. Anytime you miss me, make you go. My life, if you give me this, I could go. My life, anytime you miss me, make you go. My life, yeah. Show my wale, coco, baby. Show my wale, coco, wale, oh, wale, coco, baby. Show my wale, coco. Feel so incomplete as we dey pack your back to leave, and I dey look you through my window. But you have to chase your dreams. You got a plane to catch by 6. Let me load the phone if you don't reach Greece.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
We raise the spotlight on the different headlines of our national dailies.
This government, apart from giving that minimum wage of 30,000, which was a 6% rise.
We bring to you in-depth analysis on the major stories making the rounds.
And the CSOs to INEC account for 400 billion naira spent on general elections.
Interviews with political and government stakeholders.
There was a big push on export. We consume a lot. We need to be an economy, an export engine, and we need to be a production.
Every weekday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the Remedy Dial, Solutions 93.9 FM. Welcome to From the Dailies with Favor, Dapo, Laffy, and Victory. Let's talk about the state of the nation. Your voice matters.
Okay, it's 8:35 on Solutions 93.9 FM. It's another beautiful Wednesday morning. My name is Adi Damola Lafenwa, and we are set to take you through some national dailies this morning on From the Daily segment of AM Update. Good morning, Favor.
Good morning.
How was your day yesterday?
It was fine.
Why was you so? Why you seem to be roaring like a?
Yes, I'm trying not to,
because your fine is came out so ash and so strong.
I'm trying not to roar like to roar, because everywhere is just roaring this morning.
Okay.
So there's no big deal about that. But good morning, everybody.
I hope I'm safe this morning.
You're safe.
Okay.
You're safe.
Okay.
Well, I'm fine. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine.
Okay.
I'm doing very well.
All right. Now to the business of the day. We'll take you through the major headlines of the newspapers that we've got, and I'll also analyze. We'll also open the phone lines for you to actually lend your 1% or your contribution to the topics we'll be talking about this morning. Please just stay tuned, enjoy the program till around
9:30.
Yes, 9:30.
Okay, starting with the Nigerian Tribune in front of me this morning, I have this interesting headlines. There's this one saying PEPC, Atiku PDP laments difficulties in getting documents from INEC, and the right under that says closed case against Tinubu's election tomorrow. Another one on the carpet line on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune says subsidy 2 years after NNPCL's auto gas program drags. That story is on page 7. Moving to the banner headline this morning, it says Atiku G5 governors absent as PDP mulls reconciliation, and the rider under that state says party stakeholders meet review 2023 elections. That story is on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. After 10-hour grilling, EFCC grant Autumn bail. The story is on page 2. Talking about Samuel Autumn, the immediate past governor of Benue State. Tinubu approves the return of Nema Nakan to VP's office. And another one says, Ondo police arrest nurse. 2 others over baby's missing placenta. Wow, that story is on page 28. And the last one I'll be taking from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune says, Emefiele challenges detention by DSS. Seek 500 million naira damages. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, so let me go through the Punch newspaper this morning. We have majorly written here, News Service Chiefs. 100 military generals may be retired. Retirement Guild to each Army, Air Force, Navy, Course 37. Others may be affected. Shatima decorates acting IG Egbetokun as Baba's successor to succeed. And Emefiele's detention backed by court orders, says DSS. Flood sacks residents from Ogun communities, and PDP owes reconciliation party Wike, others absent. Federal government votes to 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. I'll take that again. Federal government votes 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. Naira closes at 756 naira per dollar as trading rises to the official window, and state external debt rises to 3 trillion naira. That story is on page 17 of the Punch newspaper.
Okay, let me thinking of the one to take now. Should I take the Nation? Okay, let me take the Nation newspaper now. It says the headlines: G5 members absent as PDP leaders review performance at 2023 polls. Another one said PEPC Atiku PDP end case presentation Thursday. That is okay. Moving away from that, Shetima decorates acting IGP Etoko. Okay, EFCC releases Autumn after 9-hour grilling. And still from the Nation newspaper, Tinubu approves return of NEMA Arch Commission to VP's office. Court to deliver judgment in Nnamdi Kanu's suit against DSS. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Nation newspaper this morning.
Okay, this is still from the Daily's AM update right here on Solutions 93.9 FM. Going through the Vanguard newspaper right now. Anxiety as ex-depot petrol price rises to 490 naira per litre. Retail prices rises to 515 naira. Major marketers lift at 446 naira per 57 kobo per litre. And we have regulator unavailable at filling stations. PMS now for the REACH NLC. The regulation drives change in price. Ipman. We are still far from the regulation. That is coming from a professor. Now, EFCC releases ex-Governor Autumn after 10 hours grilling. And right here we have the presidential poll written boldly on the Vanguard newspaper as well. Tinubu opens the fence June 30. Atiku Obi close cases Friday. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And Confab, we're committed to press freedom, the fence of democracy. NGE and the LEA General retired. Porter Novell congratulate Eze and Naba, while will oppose Nnamdi Kanu's request for access to his medical records. That's from DSS. I feel like Tiger, ready to devour criminals. Acting IGP. Egbetoko. Is it tiger he actually said, or a lion?
He said tiger.
He said tiger. Oh, a tiger ready to devour. Okay. We'll take that because it's even part of our burning issue for today, and we actually have the sound from him this morning. Okay. Well, it's time for us to go into the burning issues this morning, and also, let you know what's really trending, what's going on. Do not move a muscle. It's still Solutions 93.9 FM.
Looking forward to taking over tomorrow morning by 11 a.m. I really can't describe how I feel presently, but if I have to tell you anything, I will tell you that right now, I feel like a tiger inside of me, ready to chase away all the criminals in Nigeria. And some other time, I feel like a lion in me, ready to devour all the enemies, internal enemies of Nigeria. That's my feeling right now. Thank you.
Hello, Fable. Why are you all smiles this morning?
I have to smile. When you have this feeling like really, into your role, you're ready to devour, to make sure that every criminal in Nigeria will be devoured, will be torn to pieces, will be locked, will be jailed. That commitment in its own is like out of this world. So I'm happy that this statement is coming from the newly decorated IGP by the Vice President, Shatima. We already have our analyst ready to to talk with us this morning and give us analysis. Comrade Olomotosho, it's been a pleasure having you again this morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. Comrade. Oh, okay. That's fine.
right, we have Comrade Olomotosho back with us this morning. Comrade, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure having you again this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, so yesterday, the president is out of the country for the very first official trip, and he decorated the...
no, the vice president decorated.
Yes, the vice president took his place and decorated the new IGP, that is Egbetokun. And he made a statement yesterday. He used two very important animals in the jungle. That we have the lion and the tiger roaring inside of him and ready to devour criminals in Nigeria. Let's analyze this statement from the newly decorated IGP and see, can he really do the job with this, energy that is coming with?
Well, thank you. Egbetokun is a popular name in the security circle.
Okay.
It has been there with the president for some time, and apart from being a close aide to the president, it has a track record that set him aside. That isn't the kind of credence that could qualify him for the new appointment that he is gotten now. After working with the president, as a governor, when the president was a governor, and he has held a couple of other sensitive appointments, assignments for the police, and he has been able to prove himself. He has been able to stand above board, and I think that's one of the reasons, one of the things that earn him the kind of promotion that he has now up onto the rank of DIG before his new appointment. From information available, and from the experience and recommendation from people who have spoken from the time he was appointed, I think he has the track record. I think he has the capacity and the capability to be able to do that. And him coming out to say that he feels like a tiger now, it shows clearly that he must have had some experiences. He must have had some things that he had wanted to do. Probably some measures he had wanted to put in place. Had he the opportunity or the power or the authority to do it at that time. And now, coming to him now having the authority and then being saddled with the apex decision making position in the police. So I think that's instructive. That's sending some kind of message to some people, probably that he had wanted to. Some things that he had wanted to unravel, and he's not been able to do that because he didn't have the power. So that's sending some signal to say, look, now what I had those things I had wanted to do, and I was in combat because I didn't have the power. Now I have the power to do it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out front. I'm going to the fronter. So I think it's instructive. It's a message that he's trying to pass to some people that he knows best, and that he and the people knows. And we are looking forward to. When you look at his entrance, the reception he had yesterday when he went to resume. Now, it shows clearly that he's a kind of a person, is a personality that the rank and file of the police force, actually will work with, and that are happy to work with him. So I think the acceptance is high there. The ecstasy, the joy that you see there, the witness or the welcome, his entrance, his triumphant entrance yesterday shows clearly that he's accepted, is somebody that they believed in, and I hope he will be able to pull that card, and he will be able to prove his mark this time. So I believe he's going to do well.
Okay, let us look at it from another angle. We also got some reports about yesterday, Monday, about the retirement of the service chiefs, the replacement, and the dissolvation of some other parastatals and replacements as well. Now, looking at the security matter, because definitely this is about the security of Nigeria, and the choices of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and comparing it to the last administration, because I have this comment here. Make them retire, Joe. For 8 years, we don't see anything with them do. The problem of insecurity that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was battling escalated during the tenure of Bubu. That is how it was made here. Make them go. I just wish there was a total overhauling of the security structure in the country. Is there really an overhauling of the security structure in Nigeria? And do we expect something better from this new administration, especially in the security sector?
Well, I went through the CV of some of the people, some of the new people just appointed, and I said, wow, because I look at I was surprised that we have people that had a kind of pedigree, the kind of the educational qualifications and all the flags and all the all the laurels that some of them have won before, and we never had people like that coming up. Getting appointed to head their organizations, the organizations they belong to, and I now began to ruminate on what somebody said to me some time ago, that this country is a country where we have the lowly in qualification leading it from the front. So when you look at the caliber of people, take for instance, I looked at the CV of the newly appointed CG of Customs.
Okay.
And when I was going through it, I at the point I thought I was going through the CV of Professor Yemi Osinbajo, because I look and I said, wow, so we have people like this, and yet we didn't. The past administration didn't see anybody, didn't see such a person to head the custom. But then he rather think that a retired colonel should be brought in to handle that. And we have all seen. We also what happened. So I think yes, I want to say that apart from the fact that it seems he's trying to follow the example of the past administration, because I see him now appointing more Yoruba, more people from the southwest now, and more from the southern part than from the north. But
I was going to say that too.
So, but if we look at the pedigree of the people that had emerged or that had been appointed, take for instance the man that he has chosen to head the EFCC, the former police commissioner in Lagos State. The man was exceptional as a police officer. He did a lot of things. So we want to believe that he is looking at merit now. But even when you are looking at merit, then we should be fair. It's not as a Yoruba man, as a Southwesterner. Now I should be happy. I should say yes. At least he's favoring us. But then when Buhari was there, we were criticizing him,
and some people are already making comments, the negative comments that this appointment are tilting towards the southwest and the south in general.
Exactly. So, but then I think he will look at it. But then, as far as as a person, the kind of review that I have done on the new appointment and all the people that he appointed now shows clearly that yes, they have the competence. They are appointed on merit. How far they will now go to make things better is what we really cannot. I cannot say now, because our polity in Nigeria is such that will always prove permutations wrong. until they get to work, and then they begin to work, and then we are looking at it. We see the kind of result that comes out of it. So, but then I think on the surface, the appointment he has made, I think they could make things better.
Okay.
It now depends on their ability.
All right, so we have spoken about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's favoring the South, actually, but there was a reaction yesterday from the former Federal Commissioner for Information and Culture, that is retired Major General Ibrahim Aruna, on the appointment of Nuhu Ribadu as the NSA, National Security Advisor, because he doesn't have a security background. I have a sound here. I'll play it right now, and I would like you to react to this. Is it really a security breach, or is just talking out of emotion, out of context? Yeah.
As far as possible, I think the professional leaders of the security agents, the military in particular, should be allowed to fulfill their terms of engagement in accordance with the Constitution and in accordance with the law. When they are lumped together with politicians, they seem to be creating of the idea that the military as a part of parcel, the political party regime. Well, as I said earlier, I think Ribadu's appointment is okay. He's an experienced police officer, and he has an experience in intelligence. Be that as it may, he's a politician. But I'm concerned about the way and manner he was lumped together with professional military and security men in the public announcement. To me, maybe has an element of breach of security. He is from the police, he is for internal security. The other military men from the armed services are dealing with externalities of security that impinges on Nigeria.
Okay, I would like you to react to that.
Yeah, you see, it's very uncommon for to have a police officer getting appointed as
National Security Advisor.
Security advisor. Now, the practice has been towards appointing a military officer. Of course, when because the tide is changing now, definitely you're going to see some kind of reaction because the military are already seeing it. The military is already seeing it as their right. I mean, to be so appointed. And now that there is a departure from the norms, of course, there is definitely going to be a kind of reaction. Now, the difference between the training of the training of the military and the police is very. I mean, the difference is very little. I mean, it's very thin. Now, both of them are trained in militancy. Both of them are trained to gather intelligence. Then both of them attend the same school, the same courses that the military, that a soldier attend, is the same that the military. I mean, that the police also attend. And then I think what we should look at here now is competence and the ability of the so appointed person to harness the resources that is available to him. The leadership is not going to do the job, all of the job himself. He's definitely going to make use of human resources, the human material that are available to him. He's going to make use, he's going to harness their experiences and all that. Now, you see, they are complaining now because a military man will feel denigrated working under a police officer. Yeah, see, I mean, it's difficult for them to accept a police officer as their boss. And as things stand now, that Ribadu is the boss. Definitely. And the track record that Ribadu had when he was in the EFCC, the things that I did, of course, the records are there. Everybody, I mean, most of us in Nigeria, I mean, people who are old enough, when he was there, when he was the EFCC chairman, knows that he was a fearless person there. Unlike the kind of, unlike the cream of leadership that we have in EFCC now. I think the EFCC had tooth. The last time EFCC had tooth, I mean, the teeth to cut, I mean, to really
bite.
back and then bite was when Ribadu was there. After Ribadu left, I mean, the woman that took over from him, I mean, she was accused of sleazing. She was accused of fraud before she left. And then Margot came. You see all the things that surrounded. I mean, and up until his exit. Now look at this young man, Bauer. And look at all the controversies that is trailing his tenure as the chairman there. So bringing Ribadu back, and if you observe, you discover that Tinubu had always held on to Ribadu. I mean, he was the presidential candidate for ACN then, and ever since he had not left him. So bringing him in now shows that he has some confidence in him. As a person, I have confidence in him too, because I believe that precedents, the things that he had done before now, points to the fact that even if he gets there, of course, he's going to be fearless now. Because as EFCC chairman, he was under a ministry. I mean, a ministry still supervises him, and then he belongs to the police at that time. So, but now he's now been appointed. He is the head of the security in this country, a security advisor. As a security advisor, he speaks directly to the president, and so the president has his ears. So he has. I mean, he should be. I'm sure he's going to be. He's definitely going to be more fearless now, and he's going to be more frontal in attacking and then discharging his duty.
Okay, now let's talk about the man Bola Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, looking at the few days he has spent in office, he has done quite a number of appointments. He has taken so many steps, signed so many bills and everything into law. Now, how do you judge him? Judging by the strides he has been able to achieve in the last few days in office as compared to Muhammadu Buhari's first few days in office, what really struck me, caught my attention yesterday, because Tinubu left Abuja yesterday to Paris to attend the Paris Summit for Financial Pact, and he relegated, I think, delegated the duties of the vice president. That's not even the issue now. While he was boarding the presidential jet, I noticed that he didn't go with this retinue of politicians that we used to have in the past. You know, when the president was traveling out of the country, then we used to have a long list of political appointees going with him. But yesterday, Tinubu left only with few security details. What do you make out of that?
Well, definitely there's going to be a departure from the norms. Tinubu, being a Democrat and a watcher of happening, of development in this country, at a point he came out, even though not publicly, to declare, to express his disappointment in the way things were run during the last administration. You will observe that at some point he was relegated by the last administration before he was brought in again and things like that. So I want to believe that he's a man that has a track record. Now, we may not like him from the beginning or whatever, but what we are asking for is a better Nigeria, a better country. Now, if he has got it, since he has gotten there now, of course, he had left quite a number of us speechless because of the strides that he has taken. We never believed, I as a person never believed he could do some of the things that he did, like removing the CBN governor. That was a feat. Yes, that was amazing. As a matter of fact, I believe that they belong to the same clique, that they belong to the same class. That it will continue. That he will continue with him, and it will continue to be business as usual. Now, look at some of the things. The service chiefs. I used to believe that the service chiefs are the most powerful clique of the cabal. That's because look at the kind of noise and the criticism that greeted the tenor of Buratai and his troop, and his group at that time. And rather than government taking the necessary action, what did they do? They redeployed them and made them ambassadors and things like that.
Yeah.
So now, for president to now come and say, look, oh, you guys, I think you have tried. We have tried it. We've tested you. We've seen your best. So now you can go and rest. Let's bring in. I mean, that's a feat. Now, he has really done that. And when you look at his choices, I mean, the way he made his choices and choose the people there, it's awesome. So I think, I want to believe, if he continues like this, that is like somebody pointed out to me that it might be because he's not fully in charge now. The tribunals are still on and all that. Maybe he's trying to do that to woo people. I said, look, even if he's wooing people, one thing that I know is that the worst Tinubu will be better than the best of Buhari that we experience. Yes, I know. But then, even if he's doing that, because he still has a case in the court at the tribunal or whatever, at least he's doing something now, and people are hailing him, and he also know that he's not loved by everybody. He's going to see a lot of criticism, and he knows that he has a lot of hatred, both within and without. So, now if he's trying to do this now to say, okay, let me prove to the people, let me prove to them so that they can give me chance. They can give me, the benefit of the doubt for me to have, and so that they can see that, yes, truly I can make things better. I think it's better for us. It's better for the country. It's better for everybody. So I believe that Tinubu will make things better. I know, because he has the capacity, he has the ability. We have tried. We have seen what he has done with Lagos. So I am sure he's going to make things better. We just need to be a little more patient with him, give him the chance, and then let's see. And of course, we are there. If he's not measuring up to standard, we know ourselves. We'll make it hard for him. We will criticize him. We won't say he's one of us or whatever. Yes, we will criticize him, and then so that things can really get better for us. I believe in him.
All right, let's criticize, not negatively now. Let's criticize in a way that we can actually have a comparison here. Now, jetting out of the country, no emissaries, nothing, just going to Paris to do what he has to do. Then delegating, is Vice President Kashim Shettima to do majority of the work. And in comparison to the administration of President Buhari, now, most of the time, when the past president was on official, duties outside the country, you'd barely see, the vice president coming up to do the job. Although we had some instances where he had, this very long time that he was sick and he was outside the country, Osibajo was, in control. But at some point, it felt as though Osibajo wanted to, or according to some people, Osibajo wanted to take over. And now Kashim Shettima is the one in control at the moment. Was it the fear and the talks during that period? Are we to expect something like that at this time?
Well, there's a difference between a Democrat and the perceived repentant Democrat. Tinubu had always been a Democrat. And as a Democrat, of course, he understands the tenets of democracy. He understands how things should run and how, things should be done. Now, Muhammadu Buhari did not, he was a man under authority. He was a military man, regimental. He has this regimental mentality. Now, that things should be done. Things should be done my way, not the way things are supposed to be done. Democratically. Now, yes, it was. You would believe. You will have, if you can remember very well, that he never at any time willingly delegated power to Osibajo anytime he's going out. Now, it took protests, it took a lot of lashing and then intervention of National Assembly before he began to do it. Now, when he's going, he will rather delegate power to somebody in the presidency rather than giving it to the vice president. Now, I think he did it. What the vice president did sometimes when the National Assembly was invaded by the DSS, and the vice president took action, the normal action that he should have taken. I think that was what Buhari regretted. He regretted handing over to him. Now, it is laughable for people to be saying that Osinbajo wanted to take over. It is not. This is a democracy where the president is not dead or impeached. The vice cannot take over. Now, yes, it all boils down to mentality and the way they see things. Now, when you travel out of the country, when the president travels out of the country and go with the whole of his cabinet, to prove what? Now, as a president in Nigeria, you whatever risk that you think, whatever threat that you are feeling at all, 90% of the threat is within here. When you are out of Nigeria, you are safer than when you are here. Now, you just want to go there. You just want to show to people, how people you are in your administration, and then you waste our money on frivolities, on things that are not really necessary. This is the way things should be done. We see presidents across the country, across the world, that when they are traveling, they only go with either with 2 or 3 people to go with them, and they attend it, and then they come back, and they don't have to spend billions. Now, every trip that they make, now when you are going with people, you are going for a business meeting, is a different thing. You want to say, okay, minister so, because we are going to discuss things that touches, that concerns your ministry, go with us. That's a different thing. But you are going for a meeting like that. And I think Tinubu has started well. I just hope that it will continue like this, because we are talking about cutting costs. This is part of the things. Can you imagine if it were to be a business as usual, the number of people that will have gone with him now? Now, billions will have been spent. That could have been spent on something more meaningful. So I think I want to say kudos to him, and let's hope that it will continue like this, because it is when things are done the normal way it should be done that we'll begin to see better dividends of democracy for the people to really enjoy.
Okay, now talking about cutting costs, I think if the executive of government is cutting costs, all other arms of government too also told the path of cutting costs. But there is a particular headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. It says, FD votes 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. We'll talk more on this right after this timer. Please hold on. It's still AM update on